finished Make the Play. Spoiler talk time. Surprise, I read other books that aren't just Danmei. This is honestly the best thing that I could have read after reading volume 8 of The Husky and the White Cat, because it is an extreme palate cleanser. Because this one is literally just a very sweet, very cute romance book between our main characters, Jason King and Emerson Miller. Jason King is a football coach, and he's very much golden, like Labrador vibes. He's a little dense, I'm not going to lie. And then we have our redhead Emerson, who is on the spectrum. He moved from Pennsylvania to California to be more closer to where his mother was born and grew up, because his mother is now deceased and passed. He didn't have a good life because his aunt and uncle were just like not the best of people, and they didn't really, understand Emerson and his sensory needs and stuff. Then you have Jason, who comes from a very loving family, and he has brothers who are a little like sensory issue. Like, I'm pretty sure Andrew is on the spectrum just a bit. Alec, I don't really know what to say about Alec, but like, it's cute. Charlie is just like the party animal out of the group. And then I guess technically Jason's future brother-in-law / childhood best friend Theo, who is currently dating his younger brother. It's a cast of characters that are just very much likable. When Jason and Emerson meet, it's kind of cute. It's like, I want to call it a meet cute. It probably wouldn't be considered that, because like they kind of get off on the wrong foot. But Emerson was overstimulated. Things did not go according to plan, and now he was lost in a giant school that he didn't know anybody. So I understand that on a personal level. I am not claiming to be on the spectrum. I have never been tested, but I do know what it feels like to be in a new area where you don't know anybody. You're lost and you don't like talking to people, and your plans got derailed. I know the feeling of that, and it is not fun. Emerson, his entire life, just has always masked and hidden things that he likes because he's scared that people will take it away, just like ruin it. And throughout the book, just says that he's hard to love, and Jason just proves that you are not hard to love. It's just people never given the chance to actually get to know you. And Jason, throughout the book, when they get together, literally says that it is a privilege to actually love you. And it is the cutest thing I've ever heard. Like, I am so jealous of their relationship. It is so fucking adorable. And I love how Jason is very patient and understanding. Like, straight off the bat, he knew that, Emerson needs to be handled with a little bit of care. Not like he can't do anything on his own, because Emerson doesn't like that. But like, understanding that, hey, I do things and I come off a certain way because this is how my brain functions. And Emerson is like surprised that Jason wants to put up with him, because Jason is a jock, and Emerson's cousin was a jock, and he was a bully. He was really mean to him, and so there's a little bit of like trauma in there. So he honestly thought like Jason might be like a little bit fakey fake, but Jason King says what he means and means what he says, like 100%. That boy does not say things unless he 100% means them, and he actually is very caring, to the fact that a lot of students really like him. Like, there's only one teacher in the entire staff that could probably hate Jason, and that's because Cadwell doesn't like football anything or like sports people. Like, that teacher Cadwell is an asshole. The only actual bit of drama throughout this entire book, but don't worry, he retires at the end. All right, after he tries to get Jason and Emerson in trouble for helping one of the students with a paper. Like, I didn't think a student asking another teacher for assistance was like against the rules or some shit. Honestly, this story is like really freaking cute. Jason's family kind of realized Jason wasn't straight from the beginning, because throughout most of this book, Jason literally thinks he is straight because he's only dated girls like his whole time. But from like the bits that we got, the girls never treated Jason like a person. They treated Jason as a status symbol, and it seems really mean. Like, I think his last girlfriend was mentioned to have cheated on Jason, and I'm just like, the fact that you hurt Jason of all people, because that man is the greenest of all green flags I've ever seen in my entire life. I kind of want one. Give me one. But like, I digress. So there are parts when Jason is very clingy to Emerson once they eventually become friends, because they start eating like lunch together, and he like starts picking up on things that Emerson likes. And whenever like Emerson needs to basically just like info dump on like his special interest or anything, Jason is actually very interested in it, to the point where when Emerson talks about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, he wants to learn. He does. So he doesn't like reading books, but then Emerson being the English teacher be like, audiobooks do count. Whoever says audiobooks don't count has never been unable to actually read. And also, I personally think having someone read a story to you is really nice. I guess some people never had reading time when they were in elementary school. I did. I really loved it when my teachers would take like 20 to 45 minutes and just read a book to us. It was like one of my favorite things to do as a child. So Jason gets the audiobooks for Lord of the Rings, and he even texts Emerson. It's like, hey, so I have this friend who wants to like get into Lord of the Rings. Like, what would the suggestion be on how to do that? And Emerson just goes through the paragraph. The one thing I liked about this like ebook is that the text messages are actually like programmed into the book. It's like a very interesting thing. I've never actually really seen that in a book. There might have been a YA book that did that before, but I don't really remember. But like Jason becomes like a safe place for Emerson where he can be himself and like he can basically hyperfixate on things, and Jason doesn't really judge him. Or he carries like fidget things in his car because his brother Alec needed some of those things. And when Emerson forgets his little fidget ring, which I wish I couldn't have because that was actually perfect. I wish I had that when I had to go to jury duty for like those 5 days. I broke my bracelet. Okay, I broke my bracelet. This is a different thing. But like I know what it's like to fidget and not have something that actually fidgets. So Jason is just like the best person ever because he's so accommodating and he knows that Emerson needs space and time. And there's even a part later on when they are actually like kind of together and Emerson goes nonverbal for a moment just because I think he's like emotionally and like physically just like drained and stuff. And Jason's like, okay, we don't have to talk, but like, do you want to text? We can text. I'm fine with that. And it's honestly just so sweet. It's just 'cause like it's just Jason being his kind self and wanting to take care of Emerson and love him essentially. Of course, there's the funny parts where his brothers, when they meet Emerson, they're like, oh yeah, you have a type. Because Jason had a crush on Ariel from The Little Mermaid and Emerson is a redhead, so his brothers kind of like risen like a little bit and was like, oh, you really like the redheads. And it's honestly just like really cute and fun. There was the point during the homecoming when they do the thing because Jason invited Emerson to his house and he didn't do this on purpose. Like he said, we could just cuddle. Like I don't care. I just want to hold you. Literally, he just wants to hug him. So they did that, and while Emerson is asleep, Jason decides to call his best friend at like 3 a.m. He's like, bro, I need to talk to you. And like that's when he basically tells his best friend that I don't think I'm straight, I think I'm bi. And his friend was just like, yeah, I figured. Jason's like so surprised. Like, what do you mean? It's like, I mean, you checked out a lot of guys, okay, when we were in college and shit. I never thought of it as like a straight thing to do. It's like, I was being a wingman for you. And it's like, okay, whatever. It's too early for this. But like, congratulations. Like, these two are just like the BFFs. Like, Jason and Theo are like a package deal, apparently. So like, yeah. And later down the line, when Emerson gets brought over to meet the family and stuff like that, well, like the parents, because he's already met the other brothers, Jason apologizes to his parents for like, hey, I know I told you I was bringing someone over and I didn't tell you that it was like my boyfriend or something, so I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that I didn't tell you that I was like not straight. His parents looked at him and was like, oh honey, we've known like for years. It's like, what do you mean? And his parents proceed to tell us like, well, you did check out Theo's dates a lot. Like you checked out some other guy's ass. That's not a normal thing. And I said all this in front of Emerson and just Jason's like, what the hell? It's like, it's okay, sweetie. We just wanted you to like, come out when you were ready. It's like, this man is like 30. I'm just like, oh wow. What makes the ending of the book even more funny is that his brothers had a bet going on for years until he would bring a guy, because they all knew he wasn't straight except for Jason, which is honestly just super funny to me. But this book was super cute, super fun. I really love it. There might be more in this like world thing from Lucky Heart for like Andrew, and I'm actually looking forward to it because Andrew is sort of on the spectrum as well. So anyway, that's it. Have a nice night.